Yo, people, what's going on? Total Football is back. You lot been screaming for this for a hot minute, innit? You've been screaming for a hot minute, so it's only right that man brought it back. What perfect circumstances to bring it back, bro? Like one of the coldest ballers to ever grace the green grass, bruv. Diego Maradona obviously passed away yesterday, and yo, like man thought, you know what? What better time to bring it back, especially as obviously there's been a mixed reception online. Most of it has been respectful in it, obviously people posting it, and then you've got Bear Man out there chatting absolute rubbish, bruv. Absolute rubbish. Obviously the English are still sour about losing obviously losing the World Cup to man, and you're seeing bare nonsense in the newspapers, and that all the newspaper articles have been nothing short of an embarrassment in it. Just the front pages and the headlines, and that he's in the hands of God, this, that, and the other. These man won't let it go in it. You know what I'm saying? Look how long ago it was. They won't let it go in it. And then you're seeing certain comments online as well. Certain comments online obviously saying, oh, he's a cheat, he's this, he's that, he's XYZ. All stems from the bitterness that the English have towards him in it, because obviously he pammed them. But these men are going on like say that was the only goal of the game. That's what kills me. That wasn't the only goal of the game. This guy was running through these man, you know what I'm saying, like salmonella, bro. Like he was tying these man up. So I just think it's mad convenient, yeah, that the agenda that the British public, well, the British press are trying to push about Diego, it's always been there. And that's why you're seeing a lot of people making disrespectful comments in it, because they've been brainwashed in it by the media. And this happens so much with so many different footballers, like just even from now. Big up everyone on the way in. You already know the drill. On the way in, make sure you smash the like button and make sure you let me know where you're watching from. And then obviously we're going to talk about Maradona, and then man's going to answer your footballing questions as well. You get me? As you know, it's Total Football. We speak about everything football related, past, present, any club. It doesn't really matter. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what we're doing. But this time, Total Football is going to be live, so even more interactive. So yeah, the propaganda and the agenda against Maradona is a joke. And you know the best thing that I've taken from this Maradona thing, yeah? The best thing I've taken is the fact that Maradona's passed and nobody's trying to throw his stats in your face. You know why? Because what's understood doesn't need to be explained. That's what it is. Man, no, Maradona's a baller. So all you're seeing is little compilations of Maradona now, pictures of him. There's even things of him just warming up before games, because you see, when you see a true top player, yeah, you do not need to put numbers in front of people. When Ronaldinho passes, inevitably it'll be the same. You're going to see bare compilations of him. You ain't going to see stats because they weren't important. Same with R9. They weren't important. You see, with the very top players, you don't need to explain to people why they're good, why they're not. They don't divide opinion. You just show people, innit? You just show them. And the thing about Maradona is, man just showed you. Nice little quote here as well, from Platini as well, bruv. It's a mad thing. What Zidane could do with a ball, Maradona could do with an orange. To be fair, what Zidane could do with a ball, he could probably do with an orange as well. So, you know what I mean? I don't really know about that, but no, I hear that. That's the respect that these men have had for him. Like, honestly, Maradona is one of the greatest players to ever grace the planet. And you just need to watch him. You just need to watch him. And if you didn't get to watch him in games, just because you didn't get to watch him in games, bruv, you can see Maradona with the ball at his feet for 5 seconds and just know that this is special. That's it. Do you know what I mean? Just because you don't like someone doesn't mean you can't respect them. This world is a mess, man. Bro, well, exactly. John Rambo, English is a language. If you speak it, you are it. Cool. Well, English is spoken all over the world. So what, is everyone English? Are Americans English? Or are you just not very intelligent, John? I think it's probably that. Football fans are so lucky you don't have to hear the stinky English media. Bruv, you're not wrong, bro. I think you mean out of England. Oh, the press here is gutter. It's proper gutter press, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's proper gutter press, man. Big up everyone here. Estonia's in the building. Antwerp, South London. Let me know where you're watching from and smash the like button on the way in, guys. You already know the drill. Ethiopia, Guyana, come on, and R.I.P. Heavy D as well. You man already know the drill. We said it yesterday. We'll say it again. He scored another wavy goal. Don't forget that 51 and 50. Bruv, this is it. Joburg, South Africa. Big up Congo. Come on. Seattle. Love that, man. This is it. 2020 such a weird year. First Kobe, then Corona, now Maradona. For sure, but you know what? Even if Corona didn't happen, yeah, we're still going to lose these guys. When you think about it, we lose people every year. It's just that this is more impacting now because of everything that's going on around us. USA, so glad you're doing this. All right, come on, my guy. Big up South Africa. Nottingham's in the building. Chi-Town and that. Come on. Somalia's here. The greatest there ever was and ever will be. True genius. Yeah, hey, bro, listen, he's up there. Understand, he's in my top 5. Do you know what I mean? He's in my top 5. I don't think he's not my greatest, but hey, he's up there, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? They're gonna have a 3-day morning in Argentina. I'm not surprised. He's different. He's a different kind of player, bro. And he lived his life to the fullest as well. That's what people don't understand, yeah. Like he passed at the age of 60, but fam, 15 years ago they were worried about him. 15 years ago, because this guy was a rock star, innit? Big up from Croatia. Durban, South Africa. Hey, the English media are horrendous. You know what I'm saying? Maradona's warm-ups were crazy. Crazy, bro. And I mean, everyone's running around and he's just got a ball and he's just in his element and he's just by himself. Like, true footballer. And that's why I say, yeah, remember when I said the other day, I said the top players, you can distinguish them by how they dribble with a football. Diego Maradona is literally the embodiment of that. If you can't dribble with a ball like that, you ain't in the top echelon conversation. You can't be. Maradona was an old school number 10, innit? If you're a number 10 and you can't dribble, you're not in that conversation. It's a very, very small club. Too many people are getting thrown into this club now because the standard in which we hold footballers is in the gutter right now. Do you know what I mean? If someone posts up half decent numbers, we're gassing them into the world-class category. Like, you had to be able to do certain things in football before we actually put the ultimate respect on your name. And now everyone's world-class. Everything that you can't quantify is what made Maradona special. 100%. What made him special is not what you can see on paper. It's all the stuff you can see with your eyes. And you just couldn't put it into... You can't put it into words, bro. Like, not everything you can quantify in football, yeah? Like, not everything you can quantify in football. There's certain things that make certain players top players that you can't see on paper. It's just like when Eden Hazard was in his prime and people were comparing him to Mo Salah. A prime Eden Hazard, yeah, Mo Salah can't chat to him. Mo Salah might have better numbers and score more goals, but when Eden Hazard was in his prime, carrying Chelsea on his back, yeah, Mo Salah ain't that level. He's not in it. His numbers look amazing and that, but bruv, Eden Hazard was on another level to him. And the conditions these men played in as well, the pitch they played on, the balls they actually had to control and dribble with, it was different. The balls were a lot heavier. The pitches were terrible. They had to deal with some mad tackling as well. Mad tackling, bruv. You weren't getting little fouls for little tugs of shirts and all of that. These men were flying in 2-footed at Maradona and he was hurdling them, stamping on man, and then kept going. He was a great footballer, but he was mad aggressive as well, bruv. He looked after himself on the pitch. know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. He kicked the ball in the air and never moved. Bruv, Maradona done his own thing, bro. Like, as man said, you could already see, yeah, what man was doing, yeah, with a football. And bruv, man didn't even tie his laces in the warm-up, fam. Bro, he didn't even tie his laces. A man's just got maximum ball manipulation. Maximum ball manipulation, yeah, with his laces untied. Different level of footballer. Man said the only reason people bring up stats is because of Ronaldo and Messi. I don't think so. I think the reason people bring up stats now, yeah, is simply because these men have stopped actually watching football. You know what I'm saying? They've stopped watching football now. That's why they're bringing up stats, bro. If you know football, you don't need to know someone's stats to know if they can ball or not. You don't need to know. Big up James as well. Done know already. R.I.P. to one of the greatest. If you watch football, like even me, yeah, at amateur level, I manage a team. If someone came up to me and said, yo, I've got a player for you, yeah, he scored 10 goals in the last 15 games and got 4 assists or something, I'll be like, yeah, so what? Like, does he fit my system? Yeah. Does he fit the way I want to play football? Just because he's got good stats, yeah, that don't mean he's a top player. Like Danny Ings has wavy stats. Is he a top 4 striker? I don't think so. Do you know what I'm saying? There's loads of players in football that have stats that look wavy, and then when you watch them, they don't look as wavy as their stats. I mean, stats show efficiency. That's all it shows. That's all it shows, efficiency, yeah, in a specific system. That's what stats show you. But stats doesn't tell you more than it actually tells you. Because if you picked a Premier League team, yeah, solely based on stats, a Premier League best 11 based on stats, everyone in the chats would disagree with that 11 and say that's not the best 11 you can pick in the Premier League. Everyone would. Everyone would say that. Some have said his off-the-pitch antics have harmed his legacy. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely enhanced it, bro. He was a rock star, rude boy. You know, like that. That's what he was. That's what he'll ever be known for. Like the fact that Maradona was an absolute madman, I think that we need to praise what he's done even more for that. Because they say that Maradona's off-pitch antics harmed his legacy, but they didn't say the same thing about George Best. George Best off the pitch antics didn't harm his legacy. So why should Maradona's? Why should it? You know what I'm saying? It just comes down to bias. That's all it comes down to. I think people in this country have been brainwashed. Do you know what I'm saying? To rather see the negative in Maradona instead of the positive, because he mashed them up. He mashed up this country, bro. Like, and that's why they hate him. Big up Dublin. LA's here. Kenya. Come on now. Do you know what I mean? Kent, North London, West London's in the building. Ghana. No, I'm saying big up you lot. I'm going to make sure I go through your comments and keep this interactive as well. Michigan, Dominica. Dubai is here. Manchester. Man said Atlantic Ocean and that. Don't drown, rude boy. Don't drown. You know them ones. Big up R.I.P. R.I.P. to them too, for sure. Did I see the Maradona documentary? No, I have not seen it, but I am going to see it, bro. I'm going to watch it. I was meant to watch it last night, bro. And then I didn't finish working till mad late. You know what I'm saying? India, Holland, Florida, New York, Dublin, Denmark, LA, Canada's in the building. Oh, you man are all over the gaff, aren't you? Oh, you man are serious. Come on now. Know what I mean? Super chat. My top 5 is Ronaldinho, Maradona, Arnold. That's similar to mine as well. Not gonna lie. You man can put your top 5s in the comments if you want still. If you haven't already, let me know where you're watching from and smash the like. Make sure you do that and then put your top 5 in the comments as well. Mine's the same, but I'll take CR7 out and put Zidane in still. But that's my top 5. You know what I'm saying? Artist on the ball. That's what I'm saying. The generations chasing stats. Prime Eden Hazard. Bro, Prime Hazard was just different. Was just different. Is Neymar up there? Hey, Neymar's definitely up there, but Neymar's goals isn't what makes Neymar. Do you know what I mean? You don't need to show me Neymar's stats to know that I'm watching a special player when I watch him. Neymar is self-explanatory. Do you see what I'm saying? His goals and all that, his stats are just a bonus. I can see with my eyes that Neymar's special by what he does on the ball and how he carries the ball and how he goes past people. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so Neymar's stats, you don't need them to argue him. You don't need it. I'm saying, you go through these things. All right, big up everyone here. Haaland's like what, bro? What do you mean about Haaland? Absolutely. And bruv, you know what's mad? Remember the other day, people were comparing R9 to CR7 based on stats. Saying CR7, yeah, has scored the same amount of goals as R9 in a third of the time in Italy because they're showing stats. But what the stats don't tell you is that when R9 played in Italy, it was the strongest league in the world. It didn't also tell you that R9 missed like nearly 2 seasons out with injury as well. It doesn't tell you so many things, bro. You see what I'm saying? And because of that, when you look at an R9 compilation, you ain't going to see no penalties. You see what I'm saying? You never see penalties. You see him dribbling past players, going around goalkeepers. You never see him taking pens. Because R9 was bagging hella goals from open play, bro. He weren't stat padding. Lukaku has good stats, but his performance is a different story. Well, that's it. On paper, Lukaku is one of the best strikers in Europe and in the world on paper. But when you watch him, you can see that he's nowhere near that. And confirmed the Napoli Stadium has been renamed in honor of Maradona. That is wavy. That is very wavy. I think he gave them their only Scudetto as well, which is an actual mad thing. So you have to rate the thing. No, I haven't seen it, you know. I have seen, yeah, that it was it kept getting shared, the Maradona thing. I'm not even gonna lie, it kept getting shared. I saw it everywhere. Gary Lineker was talking about him. But to be fair, yeah, you see what I've seen Maradona do with a ball? I've seen it since. You know them ones. Man, I've seen Ronaldinho. Like, man, I've seen Ronaldinho, fam. Man, I've seen Neymar. Like, these man's ball manipulation is a joke, innit? So what Maradona was doing at that time, other men weren't doing, but we've seen it since. The dribbling that Maradona's doing, bruv. Man, I've seen Lionel Messi, fam. And Lionel Messi's dribbling was just on another level, bro. Velcro City. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up Total Football is back. Come on, Egypt's in the building, Connecticut. Man, still getting through all your things, you get me? Man, still getting through all your comments. Man's gonna keep this Total Football thing super interactive. Rants, remember I met you at Sahara. I don't remember, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bruv. I don't remember, my G, but big up. You know them ones. Jamaica. Let me get through you man's things now. George Best, I spent a lot of money on booze, beds, and fast cars. The rest I just squandered. Is that a real stat? Is that a real quote? Stats don't show the fundamental impact players have on the game. Absolutely, it doesn't. And this is the thing, guys. This is the thing. It doesn't show that. And that's why I think stats have a place in the game here. But as I keep saying to you guys, as soon as someone uses stats here to explain why they rate a footballer or why a footballer is great, they're not great, bruv. Because you see, when Zidane passes away, they're not going to show you his stats. When Iniesta passes away, they're not going to show you his stats. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're not going to show you them because the stats don't explain. They do not explain the level of the player, bro. Stats are not a reflection on how good you are. A lot of players have good stats and they're not that good. For instance, yeah, look at Miroslav Klose overtook R9, yeah, as the leading scorer in World Cup finals, yeah. Miroslav Klose cannot lace R9's boots. But based on that stat, Miroslav Klose is the best striker to have played in World Cups. Based on that, because he scored the most amount of goals. That's ridiculous. Super chat here, Emmanuel. How do you feel about people doing GOAT comparisons just a day after Maradona died? I don't know. Like, at the end of the day, the death of Maradona is always gonna spark debates. As long as they're respectful, I don't care. I don't care as long as they're respectful. It's the disrespectful stuff that I've seen on his name, man don't really like. You know them ones. I don't really like it because I know it comes from the bitterness in the British press. People call him a cheat and all these other things. Bruv, like, I mean, their favorite players be cheating on their misses, bruv. You know what I'm saying? And beating them up. And them man ain't really talking about that. You know, like that. But they want to call Maradona a cheat and all these things. Like, bruv, the guy's passed. Let man lay to rest, innit? Be respectful. Not every day you have to be disrespectful. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up Anas as well. Happy birthday, my G. R9, Messi, Ronaldinho, Zidane, Neymar. Fair enough. That's a good top 5 still. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I got Maradona in there instead of Neymar. I think that by the time Neymar retires, because remember, Neymar's still active. Messi's still active, but bruv, Messi's been playing for so long that in my head, Messi, we've seen the best of Messi. Messi semi-retired in my head now, innit? Messi, Maradona, Cruyff, CR7, Ronaldinho, wavy top 5. Man just got the Brazilians and the Argentines in here. Wavy top 5. Henri, Messi. Yeah, Henri is an Arsenal fan. I hear that. Henri, Messi, CR7, Neymar, Ronaldinho. I hear that. Hey, like Henri was cold. Top 5 in the world ever. I don't know about any of that. I don't think he was ever the best player in the world while he was playing. So I couldn't put him in my top 5, but I respect that. Ronaldinho, Messi, CR7, Pele, Maradona. So, yeah, so it's a good top 5. It's a good top 5. Neymar, Messi, Ronaldinho, R9, Yaya Toure, blood. This is a bit mad, bruv. It's mad. Man said Michael Laudrup is as good as Zidane. Facts. Played for Juve. Why is it a fact? Because you said it was. Michael Laudrup is not, bruv. He's not. He's not at all. Do you know what I'm saying? But honestly, yeah, guys, the disrespect, yeah, on Maradona's name that comes from the press over here, it's a joke. The only 2 Scudettos in the history of Napoli, Maradona got them that while being high off his nut, bruv. You know that? It's a mad thing. Yo, man have to put disrespect. No, you have to put respect on what Maradona's done and allow the disrespect, fam. Super chat. Stats will make you think Lampard's better than Gerrard and Scholes, and Salah's better than Hazard or Neymar. Of course they will. That's what stats do. Do you know what I'm saying? That's exactly what stats do. But that's why watching the game is important. Alan Shearer, stat-wise, would beat most people. Exactly. Again, Alan Shearer on paper is the best striker that probably we've seen in England for the last, possibly ever. But we all know that that's not true because we actually watched the game. Do you see what I'm saying? So stats will tell you that Alan Shearer is better than Aguero. He's better than Suarez. He's better than Henri. He's better than Ruud van Nistelrooy. He's better than, but he's not. Do you see what I'm saying? It says that he's better than Rooney. All these things. He's not better than Rooney. So again, that's why I think that is very, very important. Yeah. Like I said, if somebody wants to try and justify someone's existence and they show me numbers, I'm not having it. Like every Lampard, yeah, every Lampard fan, their argument is always his stats. Because if they show man a compilation of Frank Lampard, I'm like, oh my God, like what a player. I'm just like, yeah, he's good. He's good in it. He's good. He's not Kaka though. You know what I'm saying? But his numbers are way better than Kaka's numbers. We can't chat to Kaka, bruv. You know what I'm saying? And this is just what it is, bro. So there you go. Close or not even close. Oi, listen. I big up everyone inside, man. It's good to be back, man, having these conversations with you lot. Do you know what I mean? Nearly 700 people in here. Make sure you smash the like button. You lot already know what it is, man. It's good to be back, bruv. It's good to be back. But man have to respect Maradona, innit? Like, man can't have the disrespect that man's seeing online, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously it's accounts that are hiding their faces and that, so you don't even know who he's saying what. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's just feisty, bro. Oh, Ranch just watch for the first time Unique Expressions reaction to that Blood Brothers episode. You come on, bro. You already know what it is. Come on. You know, like that. Man's really saying Laudrup was on Zidane's level. That's a disgrace. That's a disgrace. Still, not gonna lie. Rants, where would you rank Pele, bruv? Honestly, he's not in my top 5. He might just make my top 10. He might not even. Honestly, you see the whole Pele thing, yeah? Pele was like my granddad's favorite player. So I've watched a lot of Pele. He scored loads of goals, but bruv, he played in a wash league, bruv. Like Pele never ever played in the best leagues in the world. However, because he performed so well at World Cups for Brazil, like man have to have Pele up there, innit? You have to have him up there. But at the same time, there's almost this myth here that Pele played in a rubbish Brazil team, and he didn't. He played in a very good Brazil team. And I read Garrincha's biography, yeah, and it's hilarious, bro. It's proper funny. But Pele played for like New York Cosmos and that, and like bagged like over 1,000 unofficial goals, bruv. Some of the games he played in didn't even count as official games. So all the goals that they said man scored, yeah, we know it happened, but we don't even know if they were like official games. Like, we don't know. We don't actually know. So I don't know, man. Yeah, the level of football at the time, I don't know where to rank Pele. I think in terms of what Pele's had, in terms of impact, Pele's definitely one of the greats. Impact, bruv. He's someone who transcended the sport of football. But in terms of ability, I don't think he could chat to Maradona. I don't think he could chat to R9, to Ronaldinho, to Messi. I don't think he was that level, but he did score goals, innit? He'll go down as one of the greatest goal scorers of all time. So will Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the greatest goal scorers of all time. You know what I'm saying? But when I watch Pele, it's mainly a goals thing. Like, when men are talking to you about Pele, they're like, right, Pele scored X amount of 1,000 goals. Pele's thing is a goals thing. Do you see what I'm saying? Whereas Maradona's thing is not a goals thing. It's just a watch this guy play. He's unbelievable. And don't get me wrong, yeah? Pele could twist man and dribble and that, but it wasn't the same like Diego, bruv. It wasn't the same. It's same like Di Stefano as well. He bagged goals. Goals. Do you know what I'm saying? But he's not in the GOAT conversation. And like Puiskas and that, yeah, he's not in the GOAT conversation. Liverpool, Chelsea, City, United, Tottenham will do well. I don't know about Arsenal. What was that in response to, bruv? You lot make sure you slap the like on the way in. Let me know where you're watching from. Real G's. Do you know what I'm saying? My two GOATs, Maradona and Ronaldinho, spent most of their career spinning men on the pitch, then partying up at night. True legends. Exactly, bruv. And this is another one. Longevity is deceptive for stats. Of course it is. Man will say, right, GOAT, yeah? It's just like, bruv, when I was doing the quiz the other day with Dapo, and he was like, yo, the most assists in the Premier League, guess who they were? All I done was think about what midfield players, yeah, have played in the Premier League for the longest. So I went straight for Lampard, Gerrard. Do you know what I'm saying? Straight away, because you just know, if a man's played in a league for like 10, 12, 15 years, their stats are going to be wavy, blood. Do you know what I mean? So the stats are mad deceptive. Mad deceptive. If I play in a league for 15 years and I get 10 goals a season, yeah, that's still 150 goals in the Premier League. 150 goals. And you don't even have to be a good goal scorer. You could score 150 penalties. Because you can get 10 penalties a season. Easy. And then you'll go down as, yo, Rance is in the 100 club. 150 goals in 15 years. 10 and 150 pence. Come on, bruv. Do you know what I mean? It's a mad thing. It's a mad thing. Again, Dennis Bergkamp, another player. You see, when they talk about Dennis Bergkamp, they don't tell you his stats. You know why? Because it's not important. You could just watch the game and you can see what man does. When you need to use stats to justify a player, yeah, it shows you exactly why you should never take stats before the eye test. Never. Never. Know what I mean? Numbers are for accountants, bro. That's what they are. Exactly. Some man say that Garrincha was better than Pele. Garrincha was a top alcoholic, bruv. Top alcoholic. Banging prozzies and that. But he was twisting up, man, and he had like bow legs and everything. It was a mad thing. Look, do you know Maradona scored 5 goals and 5 assists, yeah, in the World Cup, and no one's ever had more contributions in a single World Cup ever. Exactly. But no one talks about that because Maradona's bigger than his stats. We don't need to know his stats. And that's what I say. The real top players, yeah, you can just accept their level, yeah, just by watching them. Just by watching them, you can accept it. You do not need to use their numbers to justify their greatness. Now, I'm saying, big up everyone watching. Make sure you smash the likes. Let's get us up to 500. Real G's in here. I can't remember what Garrincha's autobiography is. I bought it. When I was playing football, I used to just read. I never had a TV in it, and I just used to read autobiographies. I read his. I read Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank's. I read Steven Gerrard's. I read Sir Alex's first one. Who else? I read loads of footballers' biographies. That's what I used to just do. Do you know what I'm saying? Ransom, new to your channel, United fan here. But if George best, Pele, Maradona, who just Maradona all day. All day. Not even close. Man said that Pele played in an era where the offside rule didn't exist, you know. I'm dead. What does the defender have to do to be in the top 5? I don't think the defender will ever be in the top 5 just because of how football's judged, innit? And football, I don't know. I think the hardest thing to do in football, yeah, with all due respect to defenders, because defending's a hard job, yeah, but the hardest thing to do in football, yeah, is to be as gifted as someone like a Maradona. The ball manipulation, the ball control, all these other... You don't need to have that as a defender to be a good defender. Like, Sol Campbell was an example, yeah? Sol Campbell's feet weren't as good as Cherry's. They weren't as good as Rio's. But Sol Campbell was still a top-level centre-back because he read the game well, was very strong. Do you know what I'm saying? A good tackler in that. But he couldn't really pass and carry the ball out. He was quite like clumsy in that. But it didn't matter. I think that to be a great, well-rounded attacker and have all those tools, I think you have to be a better player overall. Now, I mean, what makes a great defender and what makes a great attacker? Yeah, I feel like you need more weapons to be a great attacker. So that's why I don't think defenders will ever be in there. Same with goalkeepers. They won't be in there. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like when you look at basketball, when they talk about the GOATs, they talk about LeBron, they talk about Kobe, they talk about Jordan, they talk about Magic. Do you know what I mean? They talk about Kareem. They you know what I mean? They don't talk about centers really, and they don't really talk about, do you know what I mean, people that play at the front of the court like that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's a different skill set. And that's just what it is. How do you rate? What's that? How do you rate 2020 for yourself personally? Seems like you've had a fantastic year. Yeah. Personally, this year's been lit. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's been a crap year for humanity, innit? So it's a bittersweet. It's been a bittersweet one still. It's been a bittersweet one, bro. We live in an era where the players are not as gifted and entertaining as they were, but the managers are way better. The '08 United team would lose to City 17-18 and Klopp Liverpool last season. I don't know about the United team would lose to City 17-18, but I do think, yeah, because of how they move the ball tactically and stuff like that, I feel like those players, yeah, those players in that time, they weren't as tactically disciplined and as drilled, yeah, as City's team. So yeah, I think that Pep Guardiola team, I don't think Pep's ever lost to Sir Alex Ferguson. And so yeah, like that City team maybe would have beaten man on a tactical level, but in terms of ability, I think that United '08 team was better. I do, you know. I'm not gonna lie. But tactically, a lot of the times that like I've seen growing up, Manchester United have maybe not won what they were meant to win because tactically we didn't really get it right on the day. Hold on. Stats would tell you that Raul's a top 5 Real player. All he was a tapping merchant for 10 seasons. I wouldn't go as far as saying he was a tapping merchant, but Raul, yeah, like Raul was brilliant. Yeah, I mean, he was brilliant, but for me, when I talk about best strikers of all time, yeah, Raul's not in the conversation for me because he was a goal poacher. And then this comment here, Defoe's got 162 Prem goals, but he can't lace Henry's boots. He can't lace Henry's boots. However, he was underrated. He was underrated, Jermaine Defoe. But again, it shows you longevity. Defoe played in the league for a long time. He was a consistent goal scorer. He's well into the 100 club. Well into it. Andy Cole never took Penn's third most goals in the Prem. You see what I'm saying? Andy Cole was different, but look at the disrespect they put on Andy Cole's name. Look at the disrespect they put on his name, bro. Needs 5 chances to score, all of this, all of that. Get out of it, man. And that's what it is. And my man never took pens. Zidane is set on rants as well. I had a man at work tell me Xavi was on his level. Yeah, not a chance. Not a chance. Hey, Shaq's not in the GOAT conversation, bro. And you see, like Bill Russell and them man, yeah? Them man don't talk about these man with Michael Jordan. They're talked about in terms of the rings, but they're not talked about in terms of the level. Do you get what I'm saying? Like Shaq for me, yeah, bro. When man are talking about GOATs, man don't talk about Shaquille O'Neal, bro. United '08 had way better players, but the discipline of Pep's team would do it. Yeah, for sure. I said, Rants, you don't rate Fergie. I do rate Fergie. Of course I rate Fergie. No one could ever think I don't rate Fergie. That's what I'm saying. No one can say that no one can say that I don't rate Fergie. That's a mad thing. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying I don't rate Fergie. I'm saying that tactically, yeah, he never beat Pep. And I think that just the different eras would have been a problem for us. You know, I think that the different eras would have been a problem for us. Because when we did play Barcelona in '09, we got absolutely pammed. And I know man are saying, yeah, but it's because of the players and that. But I don't think it was. I think when we came up against a team, yeah, that pressed really well, like we saw it when we played against Bilbao. When Bilbao had Bielsa, they absolutely slapped us all over the place, and Fergie didn't have an answer for it. So I don't honestly think that it had anything to do with the players. I just think certain styles of play could beat us. Do you know what I'm saying? I think certain styles of plays could just beat us. So, yeah, look, my man said Pep had Ferguson shaking in the final. Yeah, bro, we got absolutely murked. Do you see what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just one of them ones. I don't really know. I don't really know, but I honestly think, yeah, we would have got beat. I think we would have got beat just tactically, not individually. One second. Didn't beat Pep because the Barca players were 10 times better. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. At all, at all, at all. Hold on. I don't want to get on too much basketball, but Shaq won't be mentioned in the GOAT conversation because he didn't maximize his talent. If he worked as hard as Kobe, MJ, or Bron, he could have won the titles. Yeah, he could have won the titles, but to be the greatest player, yeah, it's not just on titles, bro. You know what I mean? It's on impact, it's on skill set, it's on all these different things. Do you know what I'm saying? It's on all these different things. And yeah, bruv, like, come on, man. Man can't be comparing Shaq to MJ and Kobe and Bron with a straight face. I know they're different positions, but really, man can't be questioning them with a straight face. I feel like that's a different level. I think that Shaq was at a similar level in his position, but for me, all round, nah. I think that Ollie's trying to copy Sir Alex by letting players win games, and it's not working due to being a system game now. We might be right. We might be right. We might be right still. Do you know what I'm saying? We might be right in the sense that he's just trying to let players win the games. But bruv, systems are more important than players right now. We're seeing it at Southampton. We're seeing it. We're seeing it now. Do you know what I mean? We're seeing what is happening at Brighton now. Do you know what I'm saying? When we're looking at Brighton now, everyone's talking about Lamptey as one of the best right backs in the league, only because the system's very wavy. Yes, he's a good player, but the systems are more important than the players in the modern game. And Ollie don't have a system and he can't coach. So because of that, it doesn't matter what players he has. And this is exactly what I'm trying to tell people, that this era of football, it's not good enough just having good players. It's not good enough just having good players. You need to have a system to implement. One second. Exactly. Graham Potter's got these man playing ball, playing real ball, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And what Jurgen Klopp did the other day with all the injuries shows that Liverpool, yeah, it's their coaching, it's not their players. It's not their players, it's their coaching. Because everyone was like, oh, no Salah, no Van Dijk, no Henderson, they're gonna be in trouble. These man wipe the floor with Leicester. Comfy with 2 youths from the reserves. So it shows you, bruv. It's a mad thing. It's a mad thing, really. But no, man, big up everyone inside here. Make sure you slap that like button. You lot, send your questions in, man. Send your questions in while I'm here, bro. I'm not here for long. I'm here for like what, 10 more minutes. You know what I mean? We spoke about Maradona as well, bruv, and just the GOAT conversation. If you're new in, yeah, you can put your top 5. You can put your top 5 in the comments. Definitely put your top 5 in the comments. Let me see if I can see any interesting ones. But I said my one already. Obviously, man, I got to have Maradona in there, Messi in there, R9, Zidane, and Ronaldinho. That's my top 5 for me, bro. You know what I mean? I just think that those players, you see those 5 players, you don't need to explain to these people why you think that these are some of the greatest players ever. You don't need to show them numbers. You don't need to tell them how many goals or assists they got. You just need to press play and say, yo, watch this. That's all you need to do. Do you know what I'm saying? That's it. And yo, big up my guy. You understand what I'm saying? Do you know what I mean? With all the records that Wilt's got, them man talk about them 3 because, bro, it's just different, innit? It's just different, bro. All right, big up you lot still. Rance is prime CR7, the most complete player we've ever seen. Player, no. Attacker, no. Because I don't think he's more complete than. I don't think he's more than complete than Lionel Messi. I think he's the most well balanced in the sense that he can shoot with both feet, he can head the ball. But I wouldn't say he's the most complete because he can't pass like Messi. Do you know what I'm saying? He can't pass. And I think complete, yeah, means that you can do everything in it. Ronaldo ain't really got a range of passing. Like you're never gonna see Ronaldo get the ball out of his feet and like play like a reverse grass cutter through ball or something, or like switch the play, ping it like 60 yards. That's not Ronaldo's game, innit? Ronaldo kind of needs players in and around him and stuff. That so I wouldn't say he's the most complete. Do you know what I'm saying? In terms of, bruv, even in terms of like attackers, yeah, like you could even argue that Wayne Rooney was more complete. Because Wayne Rooney could shoot, he could pass. You know what I mean? He could score like long ranges, close ranges, score headers. Wayne Rooney probably had as many things in his locker in terms of like completeness. I just think that Ronaldo did it at a higher level than Rooney. But you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say he's more I wouldn't say complete is the right way to describe Ronaldo. I think he's more balanced in terms of he's symmetrical. He can kind of do a bit of everything. Yeah, but I wouldn't say he's the most complete. I wouldn't say that. It's just a lot of people will use the Messi thing and say, oh yeah, no right foot kind of thing. But he scores right foot goals. So I don't think that Messi's not complete as well. I think Messi is more complete in terms of he can pass, he can dribble, he can shoot, he can header, not as well as Ronaldo's, but he can header the ball at a good enough level that you can say that he can head the ball, you know? My man said I seen CR7 do a crossfield Rabona at the World Cup. I see Varane do that as well, but I mean, Ronaldo's not known for his passing, bro. Messi's known for his passing, like he's known for his dribbling, like he's known for his shooting. Like Ronaldo's not really like known for his passing, you know? Ronaldo's the guy that finishes things. Let me see something. Man really said off topic, what's your thoughts on Michael Jackson? That's funny, bruv. That's funny, but bruv, we're not talking about Michael Jackson here, bruv. R.I.P. legend, absolutely. A lot of people have been saying Haaland is better than Mbappe. Thoughts, but he's not though. And again, people will use the stats thing to say Haaland's better than Mbappe. But bro, if you watch Mbappe play with your eyes, yeah, you see the way Mbappe carries the ball, goes past players, scores goals, links play, everything. Bro, Haaland is not as good as Mbappe. He's not. What he is a very clinical finisher. And he's more of an orthodox, old school number 9 poacher, innit? But his all-round game is not on Mbappe's level. You got a 5 here: Ronaldo, Messi, Maradona, R9, Ronaldinho. Can't argue with that. It's a solid top 5. Solid top 5. Maradona, Messi, Ronaldo, Van Basten, Zidane. A very good top 5, solid. Like these are all top players. Top players. Pele, Best, Ronaldinho, R9, Messi. Fair. Know what I'm saying? I don't know how Pele and Best get in there, but I don't know. You might be from a generation where you might have seen more of them than me. Where are we? I big up everyone in the chat as well. Nearly 1,000 people in here most of the time still. And slap that like as well. Where are we? Complete was R9. Yeah. In terms of the most complete, yeah, R9's up there. But again, it depends on what we're including in the parameter, what we're judging completeness. Because if we're just judging just like striker stuff, like dribbling, shooting, heading, then yeah, R9 is the most complete and at the highest level. CR7 could do all those things as well, but not as good as R9. You can't dribble as good as R9. Finishing ain't as good as R9. but heading better for sure. Do you know what I'm saying? But in terms of finishing with both feet, going around goalkeepers and being clinical, nah, R9's better in it. But again, if we're talking about being able to pass the ball, link play, and do all these other things as well, yeah, that's when you could say, well, boom, look at Wayne Rooney, because Wayne Rooney got bare assists. Do you know what I mean? Could drop deep, get on the ball, spray it, do all these up. Like, do you know what I mean? So it depends on what we're using. Yeah, so it depends on what we're using as the parameters. That's why when we're having these conversations, it's clear, yeah. Like we have to be clear about what parameters we're using when we're judging these players. Exactly. Messi passes like a midfielder, but then Messi finishes like a striker, passes like a midfielder, dribbles like a winger. Do you know what I mean? He does everything. And then if you're talking about complete midfield player, you're probably not going to see a more complete footballer than this guy. Do you know what I'm saying? In midfield. So again, it just depends on what parameters that we're using, guys. Depends what we're using. What, 4 minutes left? I'm here for 4 more minutes, guys. Big up. Make sure you smash the like, please, if you're in here. Get us over 500 if we're not already. I'm not sure what we're on. I can't really see the mods really pushing for the likes and that, so I don't know where we are right now. I'm not gonna lie. Do you think the 98 World Cup was the best World Cup you ever watched? I can't say it was, for the simple fact that I was too young to remember it properly, innit? I remember parts of it, but the World Cup, that was the first World Cup I actually watched where I could understand football. Do you know what I'm saying? That was the first World Cup I watched that I could understand football. So I still think I was too young to really take it in. Like, I watched it, but I didn't take it in like I took in the 2002 World Cup. You see what I mean? Because I was a bit older. And also that Brazil team, that 2002 team, had my favorites in it as well. So I just think that that 2002 World Cup, yeah, was the first one that I could really take in. And that was my favorite one. Rance, who's your English GOAT and where does he rank in the GOATs of football? My English GOAT, yeah, is... I don't know. I think out of English GOATs, yeah, I think it has to be Paul Scholes or Wayne Rooney. And not just because they play for Manchester United, yeah. I just think that them two players were two of the only English players, yeah, that I think, yeah, could have played in any era, any team, like just anything, bruv. You know them one. You know what I'm saying? I could see Paul Scholes slotting into Barcelona with Xavi and Iniesta comfortably. You know them ones. I couldn't see Gerrard in there. I couldn't see Lampard in there. Do you see what I mean? Like just like Wayne Rooney, because of the way Wayne Rooney played football, I could see Wayne Rooney at Barcelona. I could see him at Real Madrid. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of English players. I can't really see them slotting into any system with any players in any team because I don't think that they've got the tech for it. You know them ones. I think that Rooney and Scholes could slot into any team, yeah, and just look like they belong there. You know, like that. So yeah, yeah, that's my opinion, guys. Let me know you lots. Actually, you can only give me one though. Who's your English GOAT before we wrap up? And I'm going to put some of them on the screen. Henri's up there as well for one of the most complete, for sure. Great shout. This is a very good comment. The best measure of a truly iconic player is the inevitability factor. You knew with R9 once he was through on goal. Yeah, it's true. Same with Henri though. When he was clear through on goal, you just thought, yeah, cool, goal. You know, like that. And also another thing, yeah, that that stats don't measure is your football IQ. It doesn't measure that. And football IQ is what separates, yeah, the good players from the great players. And that's another thing, yeah. Scholes' football IQ was so much higher than like all these other guys, bro. That's why he just looked like he had all the time in the world. You see what I mean? And you can't measure Scholes' football IQ, yeah, on stats. You can't measure Messi's football IQ in stats, knowing when to play the pass, how much weight to put on the pass. You can't measure that with a stat. So that's why I say, yeah, there's certain players, yeah, bruv, stats don't do them justice at all. All right. Let me check some of you lot. You saying Rooney? Hey, Grealish. Bruv, when Grealish retires, yeah, trust me, he's gonna be in the GOAT convo for me. I don't care. He's my guy. Paul Gascoigne, Rooney, Gaza. See, loads of people say Gaza, yeah, but his career was short, bruv. And no one talks about Gaza when it comes to longevity. You know why? Because it's British bias, bro. Like, Gaza never had a long career, and he never done it for a long time, bro. He had a lot of personal issues, but people still have Gaza in the conversation just because he done a few good things. And that's why I say, if Gaza's in the convo, the man can't take Ronaldinho out the GOAT convo or R9, rub them out because they didn't do it for a long time. Gaza, Scholesy, Gaza, Gaza. We're talking about English greats. Let me get a few more of these man in. And yo, the Maradona thing is on Amazon, I think. The Maradona thing. Wazza again. Bex, Rooney, Gaza. Loads of Gazas, loads of Rooneys, loads of Scholeses as well. Fair enough. Do you know what I mean? And a lot of the older gen would put Bobby Charlton in there as well. Shearer, Rooney, Gaza, one Lampard here, Scholes, Rooney. It's the usual Scholes, Rooney, Gaza. Yeah, you'd think it has to be one of them. It has to be one of them, you know. Scholes, Hoddle. Hoddle was a bad boy baller. Rio's here again. Bex again. Gaza. Yeah, it's the usual. It's the usual suspects, mate. It's the usual suspects. Gaza, Scholes, Wazza. For me, it's got to be Scholes or Wazza, innit? Last super chat before we wrap up, guys. Big up yourselves. Prime Ronaldo didn't need players around him. Man won the Ballon d'Or, playing in 3 different positions. And even if you really check it, he can pass. Yeah, he can pass. He can pass. You know them ones. He can pass. But I'm saying there's levels to passing. Do you know what I'm saying? I think there's levels to passing. I said he needs people close to him. I didn't say that he needs good players around him. He needs people close to him to do give and goes with and stuff like that, bro. Do you know what I mean? Whereas Messi, when Messi picking up the ball on the halfway line and nutmegging 4 man, yeah, and then dinking the keeper, it's just different, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But no, I hear you. Ronaldo was able to play in all those different positions because he was a very good athlete. A very good athlete. But I think that Messi's brain is on another level. Like, I mean, man have to like pause that. You know them ones before a man try to clip me. You know them ones. Messi's football brain, yeah, is on a whole nother level to Cristiano's, bro. And you can't see that on paper. Scholesy, man saying Harry Kane and that. Heskey. All right, the banter man are out here now. I hear that. You get me? Man said it. Say I had to pause that, blood. You know, like that. I had to pause that, fam. Come on, G. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up everyone in the comments. Do you know what I'm saying? Make sure you smash the like. Do you know what I mean? Total Football is back. You know, like that. It's back. You know what I'm saying? It's good interacting with you lot. You know what I'm saying? I can't even lie. It's been a hot minute. I've got to do another stream now. I've got to do another stream. Obviously about GB Orange Blood. We're back, man. Obviously, lockdown's being lifted on the 2nd of December. Football is coming back, and I have to do like a little interview, some press thing right now. So Make sure you smash the like if you haven't already. Hey, it's been a pleasure, man, chatting with you lot again. And obviously the merch link as well for the tops are in the description as usual. And listen, we're playing Arsenal Fan TV on the 6th of December. So if you want to come down and watch the game, it's going to be a wavy game. Bruv. It's going to be a wavy game. You know, like that. So if you can get down and you're in London, make sure you get down to the game. You know what I'm saying? Me and Matisse were meant to do a show today, but Matisse has got some family stuff. So we're doing it tomorrow at 1 o'clock instead. Do you know what I'm saying? So come on. And yeah, there's going to be plenty more solo shows, bruv. I'm going to try and give you lot one of these total football shows. I don't know. Every time there's stuff to talk about, there's always stuff to talk about on Twitter, to be honest. So you could get one every day. You could get one every other day. It depends on if there's talking points. But I thought that the Maradona thing was the perfect time, you know what I mean, to bring it back. So big up everyone here. Smash the like. Big up the mods. Do you know what I'm saying? We're back at 7 o'clock with Flawless for Red Talk.